Good morning, everyone. Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. The 68th Montana Legislative Session is starting to wind down, with today being the final day for transmittal of those amendments to general bills. Montana Farm Bureau's Director of State Governmental Affairs, Rachel Cohn, mentioned to me last week they've been pleased with seeing the bills they support move forward, and more importantly, the bills they oppose not make it through, so the state's #1 industry is not hurt.
The exempt well bill with House Bill 642 that was tabled in committee, and now that we've passed the transmittal date for revenue bills, it should be dead. That's a great position. You know, there's always good things that we want to advocate for, but the most important thing is to ensure that no bad things happen to our people. And so bills that we are against, it's great to know that 100% of those are dead.
You can hear more of that conversation on our Listens tab at northernag.net. Well, springtime finally knocking on our door. Many producers are getting ready to be full throttle with this year's planting. However, some producers in the Bighorn Basin are delayed a little longer than normal since the snowstorms have filled some of the canals with snow and ice. For the Shoshone Irrigation District in Powell, they're getting the latest start they've had in decades for delivering that irrigation water as they work to break up those blockages. SID General Manager Trent Reed told me they're hoping to have water in the canal as early as next week and deliver to the customers by the 28th. And a quick mention of the Shoshone Irrigation District. Longtime employee Dan Barngrover retired from the district after putting in nearly 50 years. Dan, I know we're not meeting on the road in your wheeled excavator, but from me to you, here's a final wave goodbye. Well, join me back here shortly for a look at your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Good morning and welcome back, friends. Your ag news and your markets. Several summer conventions for the ag industry are sending out their registration forms. For the National Sunflowers Association, they're going to be just a skip across the Treasure State border in Spearfish, South Dakota this summer on June 27th. The three-day event will have several general and breakout sessions, along with great networking opportunities, including a golf tournament at Spearfish Canyon. Speaking of golf tournaments, the Montana Grain Growers is holding their annual golf tournament at Meadowlark Country Club in Great Falls on June 1st and the 2nd. More of those details and other summer conventions can be found on our events calendar at northernag.net. Well, strong gains on the box beef prices could help out the feedlots gain stronger prices yet again this week after the official negotiated sales totaled over 86,000 head last week, with nearly 65,000 of them committed to the packer in the delivery of the next 2 weeks. And that bull sale season is starting to wind down with the breeding season right around the corner. Strong gains continue to be felt in the year-over-year comparisons, with Thief and Regency doubling their average on the yearling bulls. Now, Sioux Falls sheep will also look to build on their prices from last week with a focus on those finished lambs. And after finishing last week with a 33-cent charge on Friday, the winter wheat futures did dip lower to begin the Monday session, but pulled back into the positive with traders focused on the drought in the Plain States. Spring wheat was also boosted by the double-digit gains on some spillover support, as they also focus on those delays in the planting season. Well, that's all for our ag news and markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.